Hey there, Christopher Walker here, co-founder of Truth Nutra, and today I'm really excited because I want to talk to you about our new liquid D3 from Truth Nutraceuticals. So not only do we have this highly bioavailable form of D3, I want to give you a bit of background and education on why vitamin D is actually so important for you to be taking on a daily basis. It is one of the 24 essential vitamins that's needed for human survival, and it actually regulates more than 1,000 bodily functions in humans. So vitamin D actually has quite profound benefits for obviously 1,000 different things, but especially for your endocrine system and your hormonal health. It really helps to regulate a lot of these processes. And in terms of foods, you can actually find it naturally in things like fish and eggs. But the really good way to get vitamin D is actually through a liquid supplementation or direct sun exposure. Now, we know that a lot of people live in climates where there potentially is not a lot of direct sunlight on a daily basis. I actually live in Southern California, so there is a lot of direct sunlight and I can be outside, but I still supplement with the liquid D3 just to make sure that my levels are always topped off. However, if you live in a climate where there is not a lot of sun exposure, you might have experienced things like seasonal affective disorder, which are directly correlated with the fact that you have low vitamin D levels. Vitamin D is actually it truly is a wonder vitamin, and a lot of people use it because it's proven to be both heart healthy and good for your bones and hormones. But it's way more than just a bone vitamin. It actually has, especially for guys, this is really good. It has a lot of research showing that it increases testosterone levels, and for men and women in general, it maintains optimal endocrine balance for everyone. And the funny thing is, it's not actually even a vitamin. That's a bit of a misnomer. It's actually a steroid hormone that's mistakenly named as a vitamin. So it's, we can refer to it as vitamin D or hormone D. I'll just call it D3. There are different types of vitamin D. Vitamin D2 and D3, and what you're looking at here is the liquid D3, which we're going to talk about all the studies behind it, and specifically with relation to testosterone levels. I think it's very, very helpful in men, but it really is good for men and women to take to balance their hormones. So here's a study right here that found that vitamin D and testosterone levels were correlated. Men with sufficient vitamin D levels had significantly higher testosterone levels and lower SHBG count than men who had insufficient amounts of vitamin D3 or the hormone in their blood. Now, in this study, the researchers found that when healthy male participants took about 3,000 IUs of vitamin D daily for a year, they ended up having 25% more testosterone on average compared to a placebo. Now, in this study, they looked at older men who supplemented with vitamin D, and they saw that they were less likely to have low testosterone than men who are not supplementing with vitamin D. And in this Australian study, the researchers found that in older men, low vitamin D levels are associated with low free testosterone and increased risk of fracture, bone fracture. So there could be correlations there with osteoporosis. This study examined that they basically already knew about the positive correlation between vitamin D and testosterone levels, but they looked at 1,362 male subjects, and the results showed that the vitamin D has a linear positive association with serum total and free testosterone levels. So the higher levels of vitamin D were correlated directly, linearly, with higher free and total testosterone levels, which is awesome. In terms of sunlight exposure, if you can get the sunlight exposure, it's very, very helpful. There was actually a study in 1939 here by Dr. Abraham Myerson that showed that 5 days of UV light exposure to a men's chest area increased total testosterone levels by about 120%, which is amazing. And then when they actually exposed the genitals directly to the UV radiation for the same amount of time, they had a huge increase in testosterone production of 200%. There's also some evidence here that the D3 production due to light exposure actually signals your brain to release luteinizing hormone, or LH, which triggers your testicular Leydig cells to increase more testosterone production. So really what we're saying here, D3 is an amazing thing for both men and women to take on a daily basis. The optimal amount of vitamin D in the blood serum seems to be around 50 to 70 nanograms per deciliter. So we recommend that you follow the directions. If you may have very, very low D3, the most helpful thing to do in taking the liquids is to consume it to the point where, if you really learn your body, you can start to feel the differences. You can notice the better sleep, good libido. You can notice a bit of all the symptoms that are associated with higher testosterone levels and increase in testosterone production. You'll just generally feel more energy and a good sense of well-being. So I recommend that you try and get that level in your blood and try and hold that level in your blood. And you can measure that also with direct blood tests, which a lot of people can get very easily. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you're very interested in picking up a bottle of the liquid D3. This is very, very high quality liquid D3. It's readily absorbed in your body. You're going to have a massive immediate benefit from it.